Hi everyone. So the thrilling best of seven series in Finland just ended with Oilers beating Classic. I got a long analysis from actually one from Game Six, but this one from Game Seven, where I've just taken tactical and technical takeaways, what I saw and what you could use as a floorball player, as a coach. Check out the links below. I got the link to the entire analysis. You'll see a couple of minutes here, but it's, I think, almost 19 minutes or something in total. And there's also a link down here if you want a week trial period of a gold membership that is required to see the entire version on my floorball platform called X Progress. But click the link down there for the free trial period, and you can go for a week without paying, and you can finish that whenever you want to. All right, so enjoy the analysis. Bye. Game 7, Finland, Classic Oilers. Let's look at some tactical and technical takeaways. And let's start on the team tactical side with some offense stuff. Looking at zone entries during this game, I felt that, looking at the quality of players on the court, of course, understanding the importance of the game being a game 7, I just kind of felt that both teams, but I'd say Classic in particular, like settled with a lot of this, like getting the ball into one man, two man, three man situations with like defense already set. There was a lot of that, like that one there. Here's another one, happen exactly the same happening. Here's another one just going on the other side where it just goes and they just whack the ball down the corner, and it's not like that it comes to a favorable position for them or something like that. I thought there was a lot of that. When you can look, I think, more actively for this. So, I mean, I understand that you won't get to these situations that I'm going to show here every time, but I thought that both teams could have been looking for this type of situation. So here, especially, I mean, the Oilers were kind of standing in a more 2-2-1 formation from the beginning, with one of the forwards clearly being higher up, but then they played like their normal semi-man stuff from behind. I think there's just so much to this. Like, if you can attract one player to this player, just set up someone and then try to attack this square, just like this. You can keep on doing that. There'll be space because this player will be put in a weird situation where he's kind of responsible for this player. But then once he like runs over the central line like he does here, what does he do then? And then another player can pop up like Salo Kangas does here, and all of a sudden there's a chance there. Or here they try to do that again, but you see here that Astala's position is way more central compared to the steering forward from the last one. So when Trexe wants to move forward here, Astala's already there, but then he just pops the ball back. And now, of course, Astala has committed a little bit here. So this area turns open again, but a little bit later. And then Salo can just play a pretty decent pass to someone who does not have like a backpack on him. Well, from the beginning, there's another guy down here you could go to. There's a possibility to go here, go right afterwards. Like, there's so much more for them if they would have tried to do that in the beginning. And looking at, when you come to these situations where a player already is marked and already has that backpack on him, why not try to do these type of things a little bit more? So here for Oilers, they know that, okay, so Classic has this kind of setup right now with these three guys, of course, marking these three, and then that means that it's a 2-on-2 in the O zone for them, and just kind of drop balls to the target area, meaning maybe all of this, and try to get like your one-on-ones like that instead of just going boards along into the corner. I think that was something that I kind of would have expected more out of them in terms of that, just looking at the player material. Or like this, just try to get it to a little bit closer to the net instead of like I said, going boards and down the corner. Because from here, I think Salo could have been way more aggressive attacking the far post here, just kind of making sure that it's really tough for Lindfors to follow him. But he settles with not going tight on this corner, maybe not knowing that there's space here enough, and then he looks for Laitila instead. So there were a couple of these things that I thought was lacking a little bit. And also the ability of attacking like open space more aggressively. So here Oilers go to Astala, who's obviously great and has had a fantastic year. But the more zonal players of the Classic team is here. So there's a 3-on-3 here on a big part of the court. So Astala coming a little bit more dynamically here, maybe could have put some real pressure on the Classic side, but decides to shoot early. So that was kind of what I felt was lacking a little bit in terms of team tactical stuff. And then in zone, where are the situations with time and space? So I thought this was really interesting. So here, there's this, more or less 3 times man-man being like this, I would say, for Oilers. And then the ball goes back to Nico Salo, who then, if he decides to go back in the crowded part, he will have to live with 2 times man-man on this side. But on the other side, because Trexa has moved into this tough to mark kind of spot, then these 2 Oilers have to decide who goes where of these 2 guys. And that could have been, of course, an interesting thing to do. But then he decides to go back where the marking is so easy and clear for the Oilers. So I thought there was a lot of that as well. Compared to this one here, where you see the same thing again. It's 1, 2, 3 times man-man. Ball goes back, and this time Salo does a great thing. And then Maninen has moved up on the other side. So both forwards then go to Salo, because they're more hybrid playing than extremely man-man players. He finds this left pass to Maninen, who doesn't get all of that ball there, which was a pity, of course, because it was a great play. Another thing that I think you guys should take with you that I dislike is this end of period thing. So here the Oilers have had the ball for a couple of seconds. It's 19:51. Sure, they're leading 2-0, but I don't see the danger of, especially since, I mean, the closest Classic player is not even close. Just go out here, get a long ball to a target player in front of the net and play that ball like, I don't know, 7 seconds before the end of the period. The ball's going to take 2 seconds to get there, and then you might get a free shot or a random chance, and there's absolutely no risk in it. So I struggle with this when I see teams just letting time go like this. Of course, there might be like a psychological aspect of it, but in that case, I think that's overblown.